Good morning, PT on Ice Daily Show. Happy Memorial Day. I hope everyone can take a second today and remember why we celebrate Memorial Day and hopefully are able to hit Murph as well. So my name is Dr. Jessica Gingrich. I am a TA for the CMFA Pregnancy and Postpartum Division. Quickly, before we get started, I want to talk about some of the next courses that we're having. So our next online CMFA Pregnancy and Postpartum cohort begins July 5th. And our next live course is June 18th in Alpharetta, Georgia. So if you are interested in learning how to keep your pregnant and postpartum athletes under the barbell, head over to ptonice.com to sign up. So today we are talking about hemorrhoids during pregnancy. So the last time I was on the podcast, I talked about vulvar varicosities. So we're going to move posterior a little bit and recognize that hemorrhoids are common, they're very uncomfortable, and there are ways that we can help manage them. So hemorrhoids are swollen veins that protrude from the anus and are common during pregnancy and following vaginal births. Hemorrhoids can also be common in people who have a history of constipation. So the complaints of, they bear down with bowel movements. You may even hear that they bear down while voiding as well. Another population that I've seen hemorrhoids common in are people with lung issues. And so they have a history of coughing, ongoing coughing, and it can be very bothersome. So this presentation is based around the postpartum person. However, just recognizing that there's other populations that can benefit from this education as well. So hemorrhoids can make daily activities like sitting, walking, childcare, running, and really all forms of exercise very uncomfortable and painful. And so, again, just asking the question, asking if they have a history of this stuff and the pain that comes along with it. So other things to be mindful of is the toileting and asking about the history of bearing down. And so there are ways to passively soothe hemorrhoids, especially immediately postpartum. So products that I love are witch hazel. They are called Tux pads. This is also great in a baby shower, like giving gifts to mom. And they can sit on a pillow donut, if that's what they're having. Talking about hydration and making sure that they stay nice and hydrated, that can also be very helpful. Using the sitz bath, which is just a warm bath. You can put Epsom salts in that as well. Taking probiotics can be helpful. Dried prunes are a great natural laxative, or even taking just a mild laxative. Eating high fiber foods, that's going to be your fruits, your green vegetables, whole grains, and then also a stool softener. A stool softener can be very helpful. So those are passive ways of managing hemorrhoids. So what my bread and butter is teaching bracing, teaching toileting habits, and then also educating on the Bristol stool chart. We'll talk about that in a second. So bracing is huge in getting these athletes back to exercise. They usually have a poor form of bracing strategies, which includes taking a big breath in, pushing out towards a belt, and then bearing down before picking up the barbell. And so teaching how to brace to include, taking a breath in and then tensioning your abs rather than bearing down. And then also asking this person where they feel their pelvic floor. When they do this, is their pelvic floor moving? Does it go up? Does it go down? Asking that question is huge. Giving them that perception of what they feel can be very, very helpful versus doing this necessarily internally. The other thing that I teach is toileting. This is one of my favorite things to treat in the clinic. It's very simple. People love it. Most of the time I have clients come back and they just say, oh my gosh, like the squatty potty was great. I love it. My husband loves it. So educating these people to get their feet up, whether it's a squatty potty or a stool, and leaning forward and then doing their best to relax. I like to cue a big belly breath to help relax the pelvic floor, but even just to kind of overall relax the whole person. Recognizing that sometimes these postpartum women are not toileting alone, and it is hard to get them to fully relax when trying to go to the bathroom. The other thing is voiding. A lot of people actually bear down when they void. You ask them that question, like, oh, no, I don't. And then they'll come back and say, I do. I didn't realize, but I do bear down. And so teaching them again, they can use the squatty potty with voiding, but the biggest thing there will just be trying to relax the mind and take those belly breaths. The Bristol stool chart is something that I think most clinicians are, or at least I've heard before in school, but I will show my clients this Bristol stool chart and tell them to rate what their stool looks like or feels like. And if they are saying that their stools are typically a 1 or a 2, it's going to be indicative of constipation. And so again, just using keeping the hydration up, eating high fiber foods, and then the bowel training and regular exercise can be something that's very helpful. One other thing that can be helpful with bowel movements is actually timing, and having them on a bowel movement schedule can be very helpful. So if they go in the morning versus afternoon, and just educating them on getting on the toilet at the same time every day, even if there is not an urge present. So that can be super helpful. So, and then the last thing is exercise. And that's just, again, with the ICE crew, we love getting people back in the gym. And so that's going to be one of the best ways to get bowels moving. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoy your Memorial Day, and we will see you next time.